guys, welcome to my channel, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today we are grocery shopping. I don't know, I guess I thought maybe I could do a video for you guys, like to show you guys like how I do grocery shopping. Only because I feel like we grocery shop in a little bit of a unique way. It's nothing extraordinary or crazy or anything like that, but I feel I have come up with a pretty good system and good plan of how I do this, only because like I've learned to be more planned out with the more kids we have and with our tight budget. So we have a little bit of a tighter budget, I feel like, only because like we can actually kind of swing it, and also because we just really want to try to like save money. We do go a little over budget sometimes, not always. Sometimes I come under budget depending on what I need to get that week or that time I go grocery shopping. So it just kind of depends. To give you guys an idea of our how we do groceries around here, we only go grocery shopping like once every 2 weeks. There are some times though where like we may have to like run to the store and grab this or that, like because we ran out of milk. Sometimes when I buy milk, like the way the date is, a second gallon of milk I buy isn't gonna get us through to the next week. So like if we run out of milk, or if I know like our milk is going to expire before I can get out to the grocery store again, we usually use it up, but then I'll send my husband out to go pick up another gallon of milk. There's gonna be things that we forget, or there's gonna be meals that pop up and everyone goes, ooh, this sounds really good. And we'll just grab a few things just to make whatever we wanted to make that night. Like one time we did that and it was like taco salad. So we just like last minute ran uptown, grabbed the stuff for taco salad. I may have had like the cheese and meat and everything already, but we just needed like the lettuce and dressing, you know, because we don't usually keep that in the house. You know, just like last minute things like that, we will go up to the grocery store for. Our big grocery day is only once every 2 weeks. And we are also a family of 5. However, our littlest isn't even eating food yet. Right now, it's me, my husband. We have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old who also eats kind of like a flea sometimes. And then we have a almost 6-month-old who obviously is not eating solids yet. Really, right now, we have probably about like 3.5 people eating in our family. But our budget includes anything consumable. So like diapers, personal care products, you know, obviously groceries. So just anything that's going to be consumed and used is part of our grocery budget. I got a lot of like my grocery budgeting tips from Jordan Page from Free, Cheaper, what is it? Fun, Cheap, and Free. I forget what her website's called, but I'll leave it linked below. She has a lot of great tips out there for staying on budget. So I kind of used like some of her things to like help us out, such as like how we came up with how much we're going to spend a month on our family, and also how to stretch your groceries so then, you know, you can stay within budget. It's like making the meat the sidekick and not the superhero. So instead of like maybe preparing like a chicken breast for every person in the family and doing that, you make the chicken the sidekick and you put it in something like soup and make it stretch. So you're only using maybe like 2 chicken breasts versus 1 for each person in your family, maybe 2. That will help save a lot of money too. So that's kind of what we do as well. Our budget right now is $250 every 2 weeks. So that's $500 a month. We go based off of Jordan's, her theory or whatever. So we do $100 per member per month, starting at $300. So if you only have 1 person in your family, like if it's just you or you and your husband or whatever, then you would do $300 for the month. Like that would be your budget, would be $300 for the month. And then every person after 3, so like you have 3 people in your family, you know, still $300 a month. But then you know, when you move it up to like you got 4 people in your family now it's $400 a month. So that's how we came up with that. Some things to mention, and I know Jordan has also mentioned this over on her YouTube channel as well. is with the inflation going up, you have to adjust your budget a little bit, or you should. And if you don't, just know that that factors in. Like, that's going to make it even harder to stay on budget. And that's what I have found. Like, holy smokes, like, you know, we were doing good on budget, and then it was like all of a sudden, like, we started to come off budget a little bit, and I'm thinking, what is going on? And it's just because prices are crazy. Like, when the eggs were just out of this world, I mean, it was nuts. So that, and like milk was getting expensive, and milk still is more expensive than what it was before, I think. I mean, at least over here. Something else I wanted to mention as well, just so you guys have an understanding of how we can kind of make this work. We have a lot of meat in our freezer currently because my husband, he hunts. So it is venison. We don't have beef, but we use venison a lot. So like, we use like ground venison a lot for anything that you would use like burger meat for, unless we're making like burgers. But like in our tacos and stuff, we'll use venison in like tacos and chili, and I'll do like venison roast, and you know, we have that already in our freezer. We also have a few whole chickens. We are gonna have to do some chickens again soon. That helps a lot too when you already have meat in your freezer, because that's like the most expensive thing out in stores right now. If we were to be fair, we really should, I talked to my husband about this before, we really should budget like a portion of our grocery budget towards doing the deer processing and the hunting license, and I don't know about the hunting license, but you know, the deer processing for sure, you know, getting the meat and everything, and getting chickens, again, processing the chickens. So unless we were like processing all that stuff ourselves, which we've done deer ourselves, we just haven't done chicken ourselves. My husband helps another friend with their chickens, and it's like, I want part of none of that, like, But deer processing, not so bad, because it's like in the winter time, and you can kind of keep things cold, and it's not as smelly, I feel like. I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys like the order of how I meal plan and grocery plan, and then get our groceries and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys just like the system I use, or what, I don't know what you want to call it, but what I do here. The first thing I do is I mentally prepare. That's the first thing I do. I mentally prepare, because it is only every 2 weeks that we go. And the stores are far away for us. We drive anywhere between 35 minutes to 45 minutes to an hour to go get groceries. So it is a long day. We go to multiple stores sometimes. Usually, very rarely do we go to just one store and come home. It has happened, but it is typically a very long day for us. Just because I keep in my mind that when I'm out there, this is the only time we're coming out to town. So if I need something, I need to get it now, because I'm not going to make another trip. I'm not going to drive another 45 minutes because I forgot hamburger buns or something. You know, I need to make sure I get it all now or never. I tell myself I'm not coming back out again. My husband does work, so like he is in town a lot of times, so it isn't much to just ask him to pick up this here and there if I need him to. It is inconvenient though, because he works late, and he's not going to want to stop mowing and doing his job, you know, to go to the store for me to grab something, unless it's like an absolute we need this thing, like the kids are out of diapers. I did not anticipate them to go through that many diapers. We're out of diapers, whatever. So there is those instances. I'm not a very black and white person. I think that there's always wiggle room for anything. We can be flexible, so we make it work. First thing I do is I mentally prepare. I go, this is going to be a long day. We need to figure out what we're going to do that day, where we're going to go that day, what is the weather going to be like that day. Am I going to have the kids with me? Am I not going to have the kids with me? Typically, I like to take the kids with me. I'll tell you why. I've recently come to this conclusion for myself that I like to take my kids with me, unless I have like my husband watching the kids or something and they're at home. Only because I've had it before where like I've had someone watching my kids, and then I feel like when I'm in the stores, I gotta rush back home. I just have this pressure on me to have to rush. And so I recently kind of did this one time, like I appreciate help. I really do. I don't want you guys to take this as me complaining for, someone helping me. But I recently kind of tested this. It may be a lot. I'll take my kids with me, but we're going to plan for it. And I put a crock pot meal on and, told myself, you know what? Dinner is done. I can't remember if I did pack lunches or not, or if we just figured we would eat somewhere like out, like if it was like Subway or at the cafe or something. I don't really remember, but I had a plan for lunch. I had a plan for dinner. Dinner was done as soon as I left the house because it was in the crock pot. I was like, I'm just going to take my time. I packed the stroller. We went to the park. We took, as like a break, in between stores. We went to the park and walked and, I let the kids play. Get their wiggles out. I planned on the kids taking naps in the car, like Wyatt, he still naps, Sarah doesn't, but and this one, she's just gonna nap wherever, whenever, but I planned for it. I knew my husband was gonna be working late, so I wasn't gonna have to like rush back home and fix dinner, because he's gonna be home or whatever. He's wondering where the heck we are. And I had such a stress-free shopping day. There was a little bit of stress there when I couldn't get my kids to want to leave the bikes alone and Wyatt was getting tired. But for the most part, that was like the most stress-free grocery trip I ever went on. I could just take my time. It was so relaxing and so nice. And I knew like if we need to take a break, we could take a break. I think it was that trip, she started having like a little bit of a fit in the store because she was hungry, she's tired. And my kids were starting to get wiggly, and I literally just found a place to sit in one of like the aisles. It was like at Walmart, so it was like one of the aisles that I think it was the laundry aisle because I needed laundry baskets. And I just sat there and I just kind of hid a little bit, but I sat like on like one of the shelves and I nursed her. And the kids played in the aisle for I don't know how long, like 10 minutes. But I could do that. I could take my time. That is something I do. Mentally prepare the kids kind of thing. We make it a fun day. Like, we're going to go grocery shopping, and they enjoy it. The next thing I do is I meal plan. I kind of take Jordan's advice on this rather than staying and asking the whole family, hey, what sounds good for this week for dinners and whatever, or the next 2 weeks. We do that, but I will first take inventory of the things that we already have. Either it's like mental inventory, like I remember like, oh yeah, we have that chicken in the freezer that I need to use, or you know what, we actually have this can of enchiladas that I can do, and so I'll write those things down. Like I'll say, okay, what can I do with the chicken? Okay, I'll do cheesy Mexican chicken with the chicken, and because I got cheese already, and I have cream of chicken soup already. So I take inventory of what we have in our freezer already and what we have in our fridge, like what needs to get used up. Jordan says to do it like, you check your produce first. Okay, what produce is going bad? What do you need to use? Because produce goes bad really fast. Then you go and you check your fridge and see the things that you need to use up. Like any dairy products, sour cream. Is sour cream going bad? What can you do with sour cream? Milk, do you need to use up your milk? What can you do with milk? Or just things like that. Anything that's kind of like left over maybe in the fridge. Like, hey, I made a lot of rice and this rice is gonna go bad. I got a lot of rice sitting here. What can I do with the rice that I have in here over, within like the next couple days? And then you go to your freezer and your pantry, and you see what items are kind of going out of date soon. What do you need to use up soon? Like for us, it's more like the freezer is the issue. It's like, what do I need to use up in this freezer to create more space, especially when hunting season's coming up, or if we know we're getting ready to process a lot of chickens, like we got to get those freezers emptied. Just from doing that alone saves a ton. And then I'll go through and figure out what kind of meals sound good for the week and, what do we need to get from there. I had made a print out and I have here, it's the date, so it's front and back. So this is 1 week, this is the next week. So I have it front and back. I write the dates and then I write like what's happening. And then like I'll also like write like if my husband's gonna be home for dinner, because lately he's not. He has a few meals, he's a little bit pickier, but he has a few meals that are his favorites. I'm not going to make those when he's gone and doesn't get to enjoy them at all, unless I can save him a plate or something. So this is something I forgot to mention that I do, is before I even list out what meals we're eating on what days, I just make a huge list of meals that just sound good for the next 2 weeks, and I do about 10 meals, and I just find it easier to be able to have a big list in front of me and then pick and choose from that list what would make the most sense to eat on what days according to our schedules. I usually write that, and then I'll write like the meals that we can have for that night. Like whatever day is our grocery shopping day, I will write, crock pot meal, because I want to be able to come home to a crock pot meal. And then if there's any other day, like, if we go to church, I may decide to do like something in the crock pot as well, just so then we're less tempted to eat out. We'll come home, I know dinner's gonna be ready, or lunch, whatever is gonna be ready right away. We can eat as soon as we get home. And then like usually Fridays, we typically have Sabbath dinner with his family. So sometimes Fridays we don't have to eat, or I don't have to make a meal. We do eat. I don't have to make a meal on Fridays because usually his parents will do Sabbath dinner and we'll go down there and do like family dinner with them. That's kind of how I plan my meal. So I have this list, and what I do with this is I have everything. I feel like such a nerd, but I wanted to do this for myself. I know it was tedious, but I knew it would be worth it, and it has been worth it. So I wrote out from our dinners and things that like our meals that we make, I wrote out like every single ingredient that we use. And I categorized it, produce and deli, like based on like the stores that we shop in, like kind of how they have it organized, because that's what would make the most sense. Bread and bakery, dairy, meat, canned goods, boxed goods, condiments and spreads, frozen, seasonings, chips, snacks, drinks, and crackers, baking. And then I also added on, not that we eat them, but we have cleaning and paper products, and then personal care products. And so what I do is I will go through and I will highlight the things that we need. And I also color coordinate my highlighters according to what store we're going to be shopping at. Because there's certain things like our sourdough bread. I like to get that at Aldi. Pretty soon I'm going to be making my own sourdough bread here. But for right now and through the winter, we were buying it at Aldi. And so I would have a highlighter color for Aldi, and I would highlight, sourdough bread in that color. If things are cheaper, like at Walmart, highlight in like the Walmart color. I'll go from there to my phone, and I will go into like my Instacart app, and if it's anything's from Aldi, I will go ahead and add it to my cart on Instacart. And I love doing that because that helps me stay on budget tremendously, because I know the total at the end, and we don't even have to go in the store. So then we're not tempted to like, ooh, look at that snack. Like, let's grab that and let's grab this. Once you start going into the store, it's over. Like we start buying snacks. It's hard, especially if I have the kids with me, because they get ideas, and it's really hard to like for me to turn down food to them. If we can just put it on our cart online, go pick it up, and get out of there. We don't go in the store. So that helps a lot, and I know I have an idea of a total. I can start pulling things out of my cart if I'm like, whoa, this is getting expensive. I guess we really don't need the trail mix this week or this next 2 weeks. I don't really do that with Walmart because their app is kind of weird to me. I don't really like it. They are on Instacart, but I can't do a pickup. They only deliver. Well, where we are, no one delivers out here. Like, not unless I come UPS or FedEx or USPS. We are not getting groceries delivered out here. That's how we do that, and that's how I, plan for like my groceries and everything. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else. I think I kind of went through the flow of things, other than then we go to the store and we go get the things. And just plan. That's what we do. Shoot, that scared me. I just had a bird hit the window, and that scared me so bad. I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead, get off here. I still got some planning to do. So I'm gonna go feed her real quick. She's so hungry right now. I'm gonna go grocery shopping, and then when we get back from grocery shopping, maybe I'll do like a little like haul and show you guys what all we got. So we're back from grocery shopping now, and we ran out of time. We got off to a late start, like a very, very late start. Like I was almost contemplating even going. Like usually we leave somewhere like around 10 in the morning or like 11 in the morning. I did not get out of the house till like 2, maybe almost 3 o'clock. Probably closer to 3 o'clock, honestly. It was wild. So anyways, we're back now, and I thought I would just kind of show you guys, just because I said I would show you guys what we got with how much I spent. It's nothing extraordinary. I'm not like trying to be like, look what I got for just $75. No, like, and it wasn't $75, but it was, I'm not trying to show you like my healthy food haul or what all I can get on such a tight budget. You've been forewarned. This is nothing impressive. This is just me showing you what we got today. We totally skipped going to the bulk food store because we didn't have time to go there. And I'm okay with that, because if I would have gone, I would have like went way over budget. I'm gonna go over with you guys what I kind of spent and then what's kind of included in that budget, because there's like an item or two that wouldn't typically be like included in the food budget. So I'm just kind of like, nah, it was extra. Well, I'm gonna start down here. This is one of the items that I got that was not like fixed into the budget whatsoever. And we got diapers for Charlotte and for Wyatt. And then I got just a 2-pack of wipes because we still have some wipes and I'm like, I need to save somewhere. I got some more dishwasher pods so we don't run out. I don't think we would, but you know, I just like to make sure we got them. Some more dish soap. These I stocked up on hardcore, just like 3 of them. I didn't go too crazy, but they've been out of stock at our Walmart for I don't know how many weeks. We only go grocery shopping like every 2 weeks, and they've been out of stock for like the past 4 or 5 times I've gone grocery shopping, I swear. So when I saw they were in stock, I was grabbing a few of them. And then they didn't have the yellow Scrub Daddy, but I thought the Scrub Mommy would actually be pretty good for dishes too. So I got this one. I got 2 of these because again, they were all at the Scrub Daddy. So it takes a while for those things to come back in stock for whatever reason. And then cheese for some things. I only got 2 of the extra sharp cheddar cheeses this time. Usually I buy like a ton, but I still had some in the fridge. So I'm, you know, trying to save somewhere. Then cream cheese. Oh, someone's crying. I think that's off. Cream cheese. And then I hate buying this stuff. I really do. But for taco salad, I don't know a substitute that's better. So if anyone has any suggestions, feel free to throw them my way. I tried another different dressing. I think it was like the Western or what was it? The Russian? Maybe it was the Russian dressing because it didn't have food dye in it or high fructose. I don't know. It didn't have something in it. I thought, oh, we'll try it. And it was not the same. Then we got some oatmeal. Minute rice. I love having minute rice on hand just because it's great for those dishes like my meatballs, like my barbecue meatballs I throw together. It's a slow cooked meal, so that means I want something quick. Cheetos. This is not something we always buy, but Sarah asked if we could have it as like a special movie snack treat, and I thought, sure, why not? Mac and cheese. This is the one that my daughter loves, and I know it is not the greatest, hence that's why we only bought a 3-pack. This is strictly for those nights that everything gets messed up and we need to eat, but we need something better than like going through drive-through. We got this. Chicken. I got a bigger package because I plan on doing some more stuff with chicken. Shredded hash browns. I wanted to make some Amish breakfast casserole again. I love that and I've been wanting it. So I'm going to make that hopefully tomorrow morning. 2 gallons of whole milk. We buy whole milk. Yes, we do. Lettuce. This is probably more lettuce than I usually buy. But we wanted to do taco salad, and I thought taco salad takes about a head and a half itself we could use. And so we're going to use the other half for BLTs or tacos, whatever we decide to do. Peppers, tomato, bananas, because my kids, again, this is why you don't take your kids grocery shopping with you, but they saw the bananas and they really wanted them, and I thought, well, it's a healthy snack, so why not? So there's that. Oh, and I forgot one more thing, or 2 more things actually. So we bought a pizza for tonight for dinner. That's in the oven. And I I promised my kids they could get a treat because we didn't make it to the bulk food store, which is where we typically would get our treats and stuff. So because we didn't make it, I thought, you know what? Go ahead, we'll pick out a treat to have throughout the week. So that in a nutshell is what we got for our store. She's naked because she pooped on our way to the store, so we had to go through all of Walmart with her naked, but that's okay. I was wearing her, so like no one noticed, and it's a baby, so whatever. I still have to place my Aldi order. There are still things I have to get from Aldi, and actually my cart was only like $52. Oh, I gotta go over what I spent. Okay, hang on. So grand total was $219.02. Excuse me. Oh, you pooping again. It's okay. I can edit that out. I do still have to place an Aldi order. Are you kidding? Oh my goodness. Are you done? And then Aldi's just what I have in the order or in the cart right now is only like $52. And here's our very tiny Aldi order. There really wasn't much there, but there it is. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber yet, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, that's cool. You gonna paint that one?
Yeah, you just gotta rinse it off. Hold it with both hands. See how?
Rock.